Goeiedag and welcome to a British guy making South African food while living in Sweden. Now, we have already made the Biltong box. Now it is time to actually make the Biltong itself. So, since apparently I have a lot of jobs, I am now a chef, so I'm going to show you how to actually do the Biltong. So for this recipe, I'm using black pepper, salt, red wine vinegar, Lee & Perrins Worcestershire sauce, brown sugar, and of course, coriander seeds. So here's the bit you've all been waiting for. I'm going to show you my meat.
You can't have that.
No, I'm keeping that in.
No, you can't say that.
Okay. So, the bit you've all been waiting for, it is time to see my meat. And by meat, I mean this. So, we have 1,000 grams of inner lobe beef here. So, that is either silver side or top side when you go to your butcher's. This one, don't know the translation, but it's the one that you should use. First step is to prepare the coriander. Now, I have here some coriander seeds. We're going to heat them up so they're a little bit brown, and then we're going to put them in the pestle and mortar to mix them up a little bit. For every 1,000 gram of meat, you need 1 tablespoon of coriander. Smell. Hey, that smell. For this simple spice mix, I'm using 1.5 tablespoons of coarse salt, 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, and about 3/4 of a tablespoon of brown sugar. Okay, so now it's time to actually make the marinade. We've mixed all the spices. To make the marinade, To make the marinade, you use 50% vinegar and 50% Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Oh.
Like the city.
Swede knows how to say it better than me. You can use either red wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar. I've chosen red wine vinegar because the South Africans told me to do that.
Does that say red wine vinegar?
Roodvin.
That's just red wine, cooking wine, I think. No, this is just cooking wine. Wait, can I just double check?
It was with the vinegar set.
No, this is matlagningsvin, it's cooking wine.
That's vinegar, it smells like vinegar.
No, I've used this before.
Vinegar.
Yeah, it's cooking wine. It has vinegar, but red wine vinegar and red cooking wine is 2 different things. The camera is still on my phone.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, I messed up. Apparently this is just cooking red wine and not red wine vinegar. However, a quick ChatGPT search has told me that I can mix apple cider vinegar with some of the red wine. Now I know I can hear the South Africans going, "Nay man," but we'll give it a try. It's my first time. So yes, I completely messed that one up. I mean, you can see the panic in my eyes there, but don't worry, no cameramen were harmed during the making of this film. Now it's time for cutting the meat. It is very, very important with biltong that you cut with the grain. So you can see on this cut of beef here, we're going to be cutting like this. So cutting meat with the grain, that's along the muscle fibres for biltong, ensures that when the dried meat is actually later sliced against the grain, the final pieces are tender, easy to chew and not overly tough. I mean, this technique creates the traditional stringy texture that pulls apart easily rather than leaving long rubbery fibres. So there we go, my first attempt at biltong. I probably made so many mistakes, but what we are going to do now is pop this in the fridge for 6 hours, then mix it around again for another 6 hours, and then we're going to hang. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Don't look at that clock. Look, there's no battery. Yeah, I set my alarm. Time to fix the meat again. So the meat is browning really, really nice. That's what you like to see. It means that everything is going into the marinade. So turn the meat, pop it in for another few hours. Put a thermometer because it needs to be between 0 and 7 for a good marinade. It is day 2 and now it's time to put everything together. The biltong box and hang the bakat biltong. So I've kept the biltong in a little bit longer. It's actually now nearly 24 hours. I watched a few videos on YouTube and they said that 24 hours was a good time. So hopefully there'll be more flavour for the biltong. So when hanging your biltong, there's a couple of important things to remember. Firstly, the no touching rule. Make sure that your meats are not touching each other when they are hanging. Place a little bit of newspaper at the bottom of your box. What I've done is put some aluminium foil, then some paper on top. This is going to prevent your box from getting very, very dirty, and also to stop spillage on the outside of the box. You can also see here that I'm patting the meat a little bit dry. Now, you definitely don't want to be hanging soaking wet meat. And also make sure that you hang by the thickest part of the biltong as well. So depending on whether you want your biltong wet or dry depends on the amount of time that you have it in the drying box. Between 5 and 7 days is a good time, and as a rule of thumb, when the meat loses between 40 to 50% of its weight, that's when it's done. So the biltong is finally hung. Now I will have this in this biltong box for between 5 to 7 days, depending on how wet we will have the biltong. Join us next time when I will show you the results and hopefully have some proper South Africans actually try the biltong. Tot ziens! Dank je voor de cake.